Hey guys.
We screwed up.
Yeah.
The audio for this entire Defender video got corrupted, so we're going to do a bit of a fun director's cut. Yuma and I are going to do our best voiceover to figure out what I was saying in this walk around. Hope you enjoy it. Let us know if you have any questions in the comments down below.
With that, let's get into it. All right.
Here we have a boat in a field. We're looking at our brand new Minijet Defender. It's one of our biggest turnkey models, measuring close to 18 feet tip to tail. This is the first example of this boat we've built. We're super proud of it. It's been a great performer in our testing, and we're confident that it's going to be a great platform for its customer as well. Some really key details in this boat. This boat is a twin engine build. It has two Yamaha MR-1 engines supplied by the customer of this build. This customer had a fiberglass Yamaha jet boat that unfortunately met some rocks that put a big hole in the bottom of the hull. They were able to get that boat back from their insurance company, and we salvaged the motors to stick them in this boat and give them another couple years of good performing life. This is a great option for a customer because it helps to reduce their overall costs on a build like this, and it's great for us too. It's easy to stick those engines in a boat. We don't really care where the engines come from, so we were really happy to do this build for this customer, and we're really happy with the end result. This boat has a couple unique features in its design. It's 18 feet in overall length, which is a really big platform for a mini jet. A lot of people would argue that this is beyond the length of a mini boat, quote unquote, but still has a lot of the features that make a mini jet boat unique. It's still a very, very shallow dead rise angle, meaning this boat can run in really shallow water conditions. We've built the inside of this boat really, really tough with a set of ladder brace stringers and a mix of 3/8 and 5/16 inch thick aluminum on the bottom. We've added our typical reinforced lifting strakes, reinforced chine caps, and we've added a 1/2 inch of UHMW plastic protecting this bottom as well. So all this adds up into a really, really robust, capable boat for this customer, and suffice to say, they can drive into the same rocks that ruined the fiberglass boat and keep trucking with this boat, which is really what this customer wanted on the water.
Yeah, this is a really great platform. We offer it in a single engine package as a starting point. And then, like Anthony mentioned, this one's got two Yamaha MR-1 engines. That's their previous generation kind of smaller engine package. And then we've done builds very similar to this all the way up to using their two really big 1.8 liter supercharged engines. So the Defender platform is really capable of taking any power plant that you have or want to throw at it. These two MR1s are honestly a really good fit for this boat. We've done builds where it's like a little bit on the edge of too fast, but this is definitely in a happy spot. We're cruising at the same speed as the customer would have been in the fiberglass hull, albeit with a lot more protection. So
another great thing about this MR1 engine choice is that these engines are lighter than the equivalent Yamaha 1.8 liter packages or the new supercharged stuff. So weight is the enemy of performance in all applications, especially in jet boats where we're trying to get really good shallow water performance. And looking at the back of the boat here, there's a couple things that we've done to help mitigate the weight and the displacement of this hull. The back of the Defender takes advantage of our usual flotation pods integrated into the bottom of the swim deck. You can see that on the left and right sides on the outside of the outer pump guards. These pods help to add a little bit more flotation to the back of the boat, lift it up, helps us increase the weight carrying capacity of this boat. It's part of what allows us to fit two engines, two big fuel tanks, 5 people on board, stuff like that. And then it also nicely integrates into that whole rear swim deck area. A couple other really important details back here. You'll see a full set of pump protection bars across the back of this transom. There's 2 bars to protect each individual jet drive, and those are there to prevent rock strikes or prevent you from reversing into something and damaging the pumps. We put these on all of our turnkey boats, and we supply them with all of our mini jet kit so that you can include them on your own boat as well. Once you start seeing these on boats, you notice how many boats are missing them, and then you see how many people complain that they hit a rock, it slides off and hits their jet drive, and they're looking at a $3,000 or $4,000 repair bill, whereas we install these tubes, and these tubes can get dented, they can get scratched. I do kind of consider them to be a sacrificial component on a lot of boats. If you damage them enough, we can cut them off and weld new ones on, and we have replacements listed for sale on our website for all customers who need them. If your boat's missing these and you want them, we also sell these in extra long, unterminated lengths. You can just cut them to fit your own boat and stick them on. It's been a real popular addition for lots of people in the market.
As you can see there, Anthony's also pointing out, like you mentioned before, the UHMW on the bottom of the boat, as well as the standard lifting strakes and reverse chines on the ends. Those are extrusions that we weld onto the bottom of the boat to give it a little bit better planing performance. Again, something that a lot of other manufacturers are missing, especially that reverse chine cap adds a lot of durability too, so stops you from kind of pinching that weld if you hit something. You get a lot more protection with the extrusion covering it. Another thing that you'll notice is we've also got the stomp grates on both of the intakes. That's not something that the existing fiberglass boat would have had because you're not really meant to run it in weedy or shallow conditions. But like we mentioned before, this is a Minijet through and through. You've got all the durability, all the performance there with those stomp grates as well. And just like the regular ones on all of our other boats, it's as simple as turning the engines off, walking to the back, giving it a quick stomp to eject all the debris out of it, and it's still really accessible. There as well, you'll see Anthony's opening up the rear hatch. So this is a new feature that we've incorporated on the Defender as well as the Rover now. We have this really nice storage area. So you can put paddles, water skis, fishing rods, hunting stuff, whatever you need to back there that's a little bit long and awkward to fit in the cabin. It's the perfect place to store all of that. And it's nice and, accessible from the water too. So no need to drag it all the way from the front bow storage pocket. As well there, for this boat, we reused the ladder that came on the customer's fiberglass boat. Normally we do a weld-in swim ladder, but this customer is very budget conscious, so we wanted to make sure that we kept as many features as we could from the previous boat that he brought us.
A couple other details back here. On the inside of the swim deck, you can see two examples of our baffle bilge blower outlets. Those are to vent the engine compartment of any fuel vapors or hot air. That product's available for sale on our website. It has a set of interior baffles that prevent water from coming back up into the cockpit, which is really important. And there on the right-hand side of the swim deck, you also see a little aluminum tag there. That's the hull identification number tag. This boat is built in full compliance to Transport Canada and U.S. Coast Guard standards. It's insurable, registerable in all Canadian provinces and territories and all U.S. states. A great feature for someone who wants a boat that's just worry-free and easy to get on the water.
Sweet. Yeah, I don't know what... Oh, there you go. Anthony's pointing at the fuel tank. So in this boat, we have two fuel tanks, one for each engine, which is one on either side. And yeah, they've got pretty accessible fuel ports on the side that also help mitigate fuel flowing into your engine if you have a mishap at the pump there. We've also got weld-on grab rails that I think Anthony pointed out as well for easy reboarding, as well as pulling the boat out of a sticky situation if you get into one. And we've done a really nice full carbon white vinyl wrap on the whole side of the boat there. So coupled with the hand-cut HydroTurf EVA foam decking product as well that's on this boat. It's a really nice two-tone combo. It's a really clean-looking boat on the water.
In this part of the video, I'm just pointing at the side of the boat, and I think my main point here was that one of the unique things we do in the construction of the Defender is a single-piece uninterrupted aluminum side, which is quite a feat in engineering, design, and manufacturing with some of our local partners here. 18-foot boat, the side comes out to almost 20 feet long, and so finding partners that are willing to cut a sheet of aluminum that long, bend a sheet of aluminum that long, and deliver it to us so we can form it into the shape of the hull is a really unique thing, and we're really happy with all the people that we work with to get that done. The end result to a customer is that it's a single piece uninterrupted side. It's super strong. There are no weld joints or gaps in it that are likely to fail. And in our design as well, we've reinforced that side with a couple of unique bends. You see the one at the hip line, kind of at my shoulder in the video, and the one lower down at my hip are two reinforcing bends in the side as well. A great feature, great design details that we're really proud of and that you don't see in a lot of boats in our market. I'm also talking here a lot about the details of the integrated drop bow that we do on this boat. We wanted a super flat front deck that gave us lots of room to mount things like trolling motors, fish finders, accessories like that, but we wanted a recessed pocket to store coolers or other gear that's a little bit loose. Drop bows are great for that, but they have a disadvantage in that if you do take a big wave over the front of the boat, that tub can basically hold a bunch of water, and you don't want 1,000 pounds of water up in the front of the boat weighing the nose down. So in every drop bow that we do, we always do 2 drain tubes out of each side, 2-inch tubes that drain each of the low point corners. And on a lot of boats, you'll see those drain tubes go down into the bilge area, but we're really not fans of that detail, because you've just taken 1,000 pounds of water and then dumped it into the engine, and now your bilge pump needs to get it out. Instead, we always take these drain tubes and route them out the sides of the boat. That way your bilge pump doesn't have to deal with all that water, and all that weight's going to leave the boat a lot faster. So that's a feature that's included in the Defender, it's a feature that's included in the Rover, and it's a feature that we include in any drop bow that we install for a customer.
Real quick here, I think Anthony's also pointing out the upgradability of the front of the end of the Defender. So as you can see there, there's 3 kind of flat faces facing forward. Those are designed to incorporate forward-facing driving lights, if that's something that you opt for. We also have a spot for a winch fair lead there as well. I think Anthony's just talking about the UHMW profiling on the front of the boat and the durability that it adds, which we've covered before. We've also done applications of this Defender where we've incorporated a live well for fishermen in the drop bow pocket. So that whole front area is very customizable, very accessorizable, whether it's stuff that you want us to weld in, or if you want to have a go at, say, bolting on a trolling motor to the front. There's a really great front footprint for that as well. That's super receptive and easy to mount, and yeah, all designed with the intent of doing that.
Lastly here, discussion about the UHMW. I did mention half-inch UHMW installed on the bottom of this boat, and like all of our boats, we profile, weld, and smooth out any of those joints in the leading edges. That helps to give us a really robust setup, really smooth setup for good water flow and good performance and less spray. Just the little details that we like to add to this boat. Half-inch UHMW is our preferred choice. It's thicker, it's stronger, it's more impact resistant than the thinner 3/8 material. In our experience, the 3/8 material can crack and fall off a boat, whereas the half-inch material tends to take hits and be gouged, but with that gouge you can clean it out, re-weld it, fill it back in, and keep going. Other notes for UHMW installation on boats: often you'll see manufacturers putting white UHMW on the bottom of their boats. That material is significantly cheaper, but it's not as UV stable and it's not treated for long-term exposure to UV sunlight. The black material that we use is treated and is going to last a lot longer for that. And then the other detail, we only ever use virgin new UHMW material, no recycled plastics integrated into it at all. That also helps to extend the life of the product.
All right, well, it seems like the next couple clips in line have audio, so we're just going to join you along for the ride.
Now that we're here inside the Minijet Defender, we can take a look at some of the other comfort features and stuff that we have set up to make it a fun driving and passenger experience space. Starting with this high-profile windscreen. The Minijet Defender, Minijet Rover, a couple of our models have these high-profile windscreens. We've designed them so that when you're sitting here in the driver's seat, you have a great line of sight through this window, and the top of the windscreen's here to protect you from wind, rain, debris, sticks, whatever's going to come at you here. The windscreen itself is a sheet metal aluminum construction. It's 1/8" 50-52 cut and bent to this prescribed shape, and then we've installed a set of these laminated glass window panes in the sides and all 3 front panels here. And an important detail, we use this locking windscreen gasket on all of our boats. The gasket is designed to hold the glass panel out in front of the aluminum structure of the windscreen, and the glass panel is actually larger than the hole in the aluminum itself, so that if you do take a wave or a big impact of water or a big stick hitting this window, the window itself can't be pushed through the opening. It has to stay out in front, and you're not going to get a lap full of glass and water. So super nice feature that we include in all of our boats, and something that I think you should be aware of when choosing a boat with a windscreen. On top of that, we've made the center panel of this windscreen a hinged one, so that you can open it up here and walk through to the front deck. This gives you a great access to the front of the boat if you want to do casting or other stuff, and makes it easy to walk back and forth through the boat. On top of that, the windscreen gasket itself helps to act as a rubber bumper or a door stop. So we don't need to include any other door stopper feature out here. On a lot of boats, you're going to see a little rubber nub or maybe an arm that comes out to grab the window. We don't need to do that because of the design and the choice of the gasket material, so there's nothing there for you to stub your toe on. Ask me how I know about that one. One other unique feature about this windscreen, with our weld-on removable hinges here, if you want to remove this middle panel, it's as simple as sliding it off the hinges here. You can take this, tuck it underneath in a storage spot, or leave it at the dock. This helps if you want like a nice open breezeway here, but if you want that extra protection while you're boating, it's easy to take this, put it back on the two hinge pins, get the top and the bottom ones there lined up, close it back up, and do up that latch to keep you going. So a super nice little feature and a setup here. The actual dash and the decking structure behind this windscreen is elevated a couple inches over the gunnels in the foredeck. That is very much on purpose. This couple inches of space underneath the windscreen gives us room to install a windscreen wiper motor under the dash of the boat. So this particular customer has chosen to omit windscreen wipers from this build, but it's easy for them to add them later down the line if they want that extra functionality, and we can install them on any new boat build that we do on the driver's side or the passenger side to suit your different requirements. After that, the dash space has got a lot of other room, but maybe we'll swap the camera to this side and talk about it from the cockpit. From the cockpit side of the boat, you can see how much room we have for activities and the unique seating arrangement inside the Minijet Defender. Here on the right-hand side, we have our driver's seat. We can do driver's controls on the right-hand or the left-hand side, depending on customer preference in this model. In this case, customer asked for right-hand side, so here it is. We have our standard Premier low back suspension seat base from PRP. PRP does this seat model for us without belt holes and with an integrated water drain to help get stuff out of the seat easier. And we've mounted it on a standard seat box with our hinged mounts for under-seat storage. This is a great place to throw your safety kit, baler, ropes, lines, driver's license, water bottle, whatever else you need on the water. And then we have all of our controls laid out here for this boat in a super easy setup. Integrated U-Flex controls for throttle, forward and reverse for both of these engines. So neutral to start both engines in the middle, forward to go forward with throttle, back to neutral, and reverse to push down. Really simple setup here. Steering wheel in the middle, and then all of our integrated switches, fuses, and circuit breakers are here on one convenient panel. On the passenger side of the boat, we've removed the standard seat, and in this case, we've built an integrated bench seat / storage area. So with this backrest moved to the back, I have a great seating location as a passenger, super comfortable spot, but the main party trick of this is to fold this forward and have a super nice lounging spot. This is a great spot if you want to kick your feet up and relax inside the boat, but also a fantastic place to sit if you are a spotter for water skiing, wakeboarding, or tubing activities. So a super comfortable spot in the boat. And we've made the top cushion of this removable. You can lift it up, and there's an excellent spot to throw paddles and other gear on board the boat. So this bench seat feeds nicely into the rear bench we have here on our engine cover. 3 custom removable seating panels here as well. If you want to get onto the back of the boat, this cushion pops out and it's an easy step over the engine cover. And after that, this entire section is padded. We've done padding on the 2 gunnels here so that if you do want to sit in this location as well and lean up against the side of the boat, it's a pretty comfy spot too. Importantly, in this boat, we've also done a flip-up engine cover. So this entire rear bench seat is on a hinge system with 2 latches. Release one latch on this side, release the other latch on this side, and then our entire engine cover lifts up on 2 assisted gas struts and gives us access to our complete engine control and rigging section inside the boat. From this view, you can see both of these engines on their total standalone systems. So for our port engine here, we have a dedicated fuel tank, fuel pump, fuel sending unit, fill point, and everything. We have its own sand trap for its cooling system, and all of its electronics are mounted up in this standalone box here. And the exact same for the other engine on the right-hand side of the boat. These 2 engines are pretty compact, really great power plants. 4-cylinder, just over 1,000 cc's. They sound great, they run great, and they'll be a super reliable platform for this customer for years to come. And they've given us very few headaches installing them and rigging them and getting them mounted. So They've been a joy to work with, and if you have two Yamaha MR1s, we'd be happy to put them in a boat for you as well. You know, make use of all the engine mounts and other stuff we've designed for this application. These two engines are uniquely mounted on the set of ladder brace stringers that we talked about before. The engine mounts are cantilevered off the side of those stringers instead of being mounted to the bottom of the boat. We've seen a lot of manufacturers that do mount the engine directly to the bottom panel, and that's a huge no-no for aluminum jet boats. If you ever happen to damage that bottom panel or dent it up, you're going to move an engine mount, toss an engine out of alignment, and that's when bad things start to happen. So by mounting these engines onto our integrated stringer system in the hull, they're up and off the bottom, they're protected from those impacts, and they should stay in much better alignment for a long time to come. Can't think of any other details back here that are worth noting. It's a ventilated engine compartment. We've put sound down, noise dampening in here as well. Just a nice package all around. Should be a nice, reliable performer with easy access for engine maintenance when required. With that, we've covered all the main features and highlights of the Minijet Defender, but a video like this often generates more questions than it answers. So if you've seen something that you're interested in this video or have more questions, please get in touch with us. You can reach us by phone at 613-605-2628. You can send us an email. My email is sales@minijet.ca. You're welcome to send us a Facebook message, Instagram message, leave a comment on YouTube, whatever works best for you, and we'd be happy to chat. We're super excited about this brand new model. We're super excited to see what the customer does with this very first one. I'm sure they're gonna love it and put it through its paces. And we're super excited to build even more of these. So if you wanna get into your very own Minijet Defender, please get in touch with us. Let us know how this boat fits into your life, what customizations and options we can do that are unique to you and your needs, and we'll be happy to chat and write up a quote for you. I really want to build one of these boats for hunting and fishing use or outfitting and trapping. I think it's a super capable platform that can haul a ton of gear, a ton of weight into super remote places that other boats simply can't reach, and it fits a unique niche in the market below big jet boats but above your average mini jet size as well. So can't wait to see where this boat takes us. If you got any questions, get in touch with us. See you guys in the water. Bye for now.